But I'll just be wondering why y'all don't be putting yourself out there at all. And then be wondering like why just expecting stuff gonna take off for your business.
Mm-hmm.
And don't nobody know. Well, I ain't got no followers. How do you think you gonna get the followers?
Right.
It's crowded at the top. What's it about? It's about abundance. It's about getting to a certain height and dropping a rope and pulling somebody else up with you and continuing to do so the higher that you climb. Look, I've been able to do this in my business with just one digital product, and I'm passing a plug. That's how they were able to do this.
Shout out to my man, Blake Sanford. I made $1K in less than 12 hours just because I went on IG Live, he gave out some game, and I actually implemented it.
So, long story short, saw Blake on IG, seemed authentic, spent 4 hours of my life to make 29 grand. If you follow the plan, with everything that Blake has set up, you'll make money.
So I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see this guy, Blake. I saw the price and I was like, man, ain't no way. And no lie, step by step, it's got videos, it's got everything that I needed to do my first deal and made $12,000.
13,500. Man, we going up. This is only the beginning. Shout out to you, AstenCeo. Trying to make it crowded at the top. Keep going, man. I'll see everybody there.
There's enough for everybody to eat. So look, if you're an entrepreneur looking to get to the next level and grow your business online, click the link in the description and tap in. Instantly get access to all of my courses, trainings, resources, and systems, plus weekly calls with myself so I can personally help you along the way, and a network of tons of other entrepreneurs that you can network with, partner with, and profit with. I want you to check it out and see if it's the place that you need to be to grow. All right. So click the link in the description, tap in, and I will see you on a mastermind call this Wednesday. It's crowded at the top. Now let's get into the episode. Welcome to another episode of It's Crowded at the Top. I'm your host, AstenCeo. I got the voice of God on the other side with me.
Hey, peace and blessings, beautiful people. Hallelujah.
Man, today's a marketing lesson. For one, I've been really inspired the last 3 weeks. I've been tuned to, from kickoff to 0 seconds on the clock, I've been tuned into every single Colorado Buffs football game.
Mm-hmm.
Deion Sanders, Colorado, Shador Sanders, Shiloh, Travis Hunter get well soon. I forget the kid's name. He's a receiver, number 10. He a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, there's a lot of marketing lessons to be learned from Deion Sanders. Because Deion, he's a marketer first, coach second. Because people be like, and he was like that in his playing career too. Like ain't nothing with Prime changed. Like I've been a Deion Sanders fan since I was a kid. I was telling my mama the other day, I don't know him as even though I was alive, I ain't watched Deion or was I alive when I don't even know if I was alive when he was in college. But, I see highlights of Florida State and stuff. I see highlights of Atlanta, or I might have been a little kid at Atlanta. And, but the Deion that I really knew, just the Cowboys.
So not even Atlanta.
Well, it was Atlanta, then the 49ers, then the Cowboys. Because he won with the 49ers and the Cowboys, right? But I'm saying, like, my childhood memories of Deion, when I'm actually sitting there watching football games, and the big old poster of Deion I had up in my room, he had on Cowboys jersey. But if you just study Deion, it's always marketing first. He puts himself out there to whereas people are aware of him. And then when people are aware of him, he performs. And what people don't know, his son, I think, is the highest paid NIL player, or one of them. So far.
I think he got one.
I'm saying it's in college football.
Oh, football, okay.
In college football. I was reading something at the time. It said he had amassed over $4 million in NIL deals. I'm like, that's probably gonna went up more after they beat after that Colorado State game where he took it 98 yards to win the game. I'm like, man, he's him. But people don't know Deion was the first NIL athlete. A lot of people don't know that. Did you know that?
Not at all.
Did y'all know that?
Not at all.
Deion was getting paid when he was at Florida State.
Like
Deion had bank when he was at Florida State. Yeah.
But like a different type of pay? Because most at that level be getting paid. But like, you know what I'm saying?
No, Deion was getting real money paid and everybody knew about it. And he still was able to be the best football player in the country at Florida State while getting paid because he wasn't on scholarship.
Okay, gotcha.
So Deion was getting paid. So how he had them chains and stuff, that wasn't I ain't saying, I don't know if he got illegal money under the table from universities and stuff. But Deion had money.
Right.
So seeing his son with the chains, and I was watching an interview, Tom Brady and stuff was interviewing him, and he's like, Deion was like, Tom, I be telling Shador, Tom Brady didn't have a Maybach in college. Tom Brady didn't have a road because Shador got the Maybach truck and the Rolls Royce truck, the Cullinan. He got both of them in college. And that's what his money. Deion might not have had money like that, but on chains and stuff he was doing, Deion had money because he played baseball and football. And people don't know in high school he was all state in basketball too. Like he had basketball offers too.
Yeah, I ain't know that.
D1, his coach was like, nah, you ain't playing basketball. So I could be wrong by this, but I think he was drafted to the Yankees. But whoever he got drafted to, they paid his college tuition. And he was a walk-on for Florida State. So that's why he could get money. Because by the NCAA rules back then, you couldn't get money if you're on scholarship. That's no different than somebody that's on the bowling team having a job.
Right.
Because a lot of schools, they may have partial scholarship, or they may not have a scholarship for somebody that's on the bowling team or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, so the MLB's paying his college and paying him while he's out there high stepping.
Right. I ain't know that. The more you know.
Right. And then it's like, and then the marketing of him, he puts himself out there. Come the combine time, it's time to run. Deion pulls up in a limo to the combine. He don't stretch, don't do nothing. He runs his 40 and leaves. He don't do none of the other stuff. He gets out the limo, runs the 40, gets back in the limo. I can't remember what team it was. But it was somewhere cold and somewhere Deion didn't want to play. And they were like doing some kind of assessment or interviews or something, and they wanted to speak with him. Deion asked him, he said, what pick y'all got? They said, like, number 10. He said, no, I ain't going to be there. I ain't going to be available for y'all. And he left. He got the song, It Must Be the Money. Must be the money. He high-stepping, he doing all that stuff. That's attention. Through that branding of himself, primetime, he getting the Nike deals. What I do remember, Deion Sanders commercials all over the TV. I ain't seen no other football. I don't remember no other football player commercials on TV. What other football players can you name outside of maybe Bo Jackson, who even got like a shoe that kids wanted?
Man, nobody. And
the only reason I even got some Bo Jackson cross trainers, it wasn't a Bo Jackson fan. It was like my favorite shoes when I was little is a pair of these like gray and yellow Bo Jacksons.
Mm-hmm.
When I was little, I just liked how they looked.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't
I
because
ain't
it
know
was
that.
Bo. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I got older, like I still want those shoes just because they were my favorite shoes growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's not like the bows attached to it. But Deion's is like retros.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember high school, college, people wearing Deion. I walk around now, people still wearing Deion shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shador was in some Deion shoes. I'm like, it's cold. You can play in your daddy's
Yeah. Literally.
or wear your daddy's shoes.
Yeah. That's fire.
So I'm like he does the same thing to the and this is where the hate comes in too, because as much as Deion was loved as a player, you got that same amount of hate
Mm-hmm.
because it's like when you confidence and arrogance is like a very thin line.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but that confidence that it exudes from him because he's like, yo, I'm him. Like Deion's, in my opinion, is the best athlete ever.
Mm. It's hard to
I ain't
argue
saying
that.
best play.
Yeah.
I'm saying athlete.
Yeah.
Man was all state basketball.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame football, greatest in his position ever, football. Play both sides. And they throw Deion on the field. It's just he a shut down corner.
Mm-hmm.
He do punt returns. He could do kick returns. They would put him at wide out.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be running reverses and stuff with
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yeah, because didn't he win?
Base.
Didn't he win Super Bowl and then won the World Series? Or
I
played in
don't
the
know if
World
they
Series?
won the World Series, but I know he played a World Series game and a football game all in the same 24-hour period.
That's crazy, bro.
They got a 30 for 30 on it.
Yeah, that's next level, bro.
And here's the thing, baseball, it ain't like he just played baseball. Like he was good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody that's that's athletes or former athletes or just fans of sports, or even if y'all not, the hardest sport by far is baseball.
Mm.
I don't know if you would agree with that, but that's my opinion.
I would see from like a position standpoint.
What do you think is harder than baseball?
I'm always gonna put basketball at the top.
That's because you played it.
But not only because of that, like taking my bias out, right? Like the playing both sides of the ball throughout the whole game, I'm always kind of just gonna give you the edge versus like a sport that is just like position based, offense, defense, or outfield, shortstop versus a hooper.
You play both sides in baseball.
I know, but
you have your position and then you have to hit.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying. I'm saying like in basketball, like offense, defense, like the skill level is pretty much, well, I'm not gonna say the skill level. The skills that you have to have are pretty much shared across the board. In baseball,
If you're athletic, you can learn how to play basketball fast. If you're athletic, you can't learn how to hit a ball.
But everybody doesn't hit a ball in baseball.
They all have to bat.
But that don't mean that's their thing just because you have to. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody don't have to shoot, pass, or dribble in basketball neither.
Fair.
So honey,
Fair.
you can just be big and be out there to set picks, dribble handoffs, down screens, rebound.
Fair.
Like there's so many NBA players that did not start playing basketball until they was like 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
like Amari Stoudemire and
Embiid.
Joel Embiid just got MVP. And one of my homeboys, DJ, he was like, I used to ask him when his boys was young, they was playing baseball and football. And I'd be like, man, why don't you let them play basketball? He said, because they ain't about to embarrass, because he was good. It's like, they ain't about to embarrass me out there. I let them play when they get older, because they'll be able to pick up on basketball. Versus just being a little kid just out there running up and down the court, just looking silly. But I'm telling you, bro, because that's why I stopped playing baseball. Because growing up, baseball was my best sport. I just liked basketball better. And one of the reasons why football, I ain't like getting hit. Throw me that ball, I cannot get hit. But I was the only little kid, little league, that I was like, man, I don't want to play defense. I'm like, I'll sit here and I'll watch football on Sundays and Monday nights. My favorite play is just play on one side. I was like, why I come out here in 4th, 5th grade? I'm out here playing running back. Then I got to go out here and I'm playing corner and safety. And I was like, nah, I ain't. So I'm taking the knee on defense. In middle school, I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. But hitting that ball too, bro, that's why I stopped playing baseball. I got a certain age, them ball coming through there, bro. Think, if you hit that ball 30% of the time, you are a legend. That's difficult, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't none of them other sports. You got a 30% success rate, and you are like one of the greatest ever.
Right. Because in basketball, if you 30%, you getting talked about on first
take. You done.
Yeah.
A quarterback throw 30%, you done. A receiver catch the ball 30%, you done. A running back get 30% of the time positive yardage, you done. You only get 30% of your tackles, you done. You hit that ball 30% of the time.
First ballot.
That's why I say it's the most difficult. And I'm telling you, I know that ball coming down there, that thing hard to hit, bro.
Yeah.
But still the marketing aspect of it, that's when hate comes into it, because it's like you're so good and you don't ever speak about nobody else. Because even Deion as a player, he didn't trash talk.
Right.
He just played. If you said something, he gonna respond. And he's always just talked about himself. And then people that feel some type of way about themselves, they don't like when other people feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
So they talk about it all the time. Look, exposure equals expansion, and for you to get to the next level, you need to get in the room. So go ahead, click the link in the description and tap in and get instant access to all of my resources, trainings, and systems. Weekly calls with myself and a network of other entrepreneurs for you to network with, partner with, and profit with. I want you to be 100% comfortable in knowing that this is the place that you need to be to grow as an entrepreneur, all right? So click the link in the description, tap in, and I will see you on our mastermind call this Wednesday. And also, are you getting value from this video so far? If so, let me know in the comments, all right? Now let's get back to it. Yo, Jarvis, close the mask. But Prime, he's like, same mentality. The mentality is, you want me to shut up? Beat me. Stop
Shut me
me.
up. Yep.
You catch the ball. Score. Win. Right? He's coach. But the whole thing is, I don't care if you like me I don't care if you love me or hate me, you know me. Coaching, do the same thing. He don't talk about nobody else. He just talks about himself and his program. Go down to Jackson State. Everybody else talks about him. And then they produce. And they win. The prime effect. Everybody can't do what he does. I know a lot of these other schools, they can be like, oh, we need our Deion. It's not. It's him.
Right. Right. Can't
It's like
duplicate them.
saying we need a yeah, it's like saying we need our own Kobe. We need our own Tom Brady. We need our own like nah,
It's a one of one.
there's some yeah. But the marketing of that he does as soon as he gets down to Jackson State, which all entrepreneurs need to do, they utilize this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson would not have been popping. Jackson State's football program would not have been popping for them years he was down there if he did not show
Right.
everything every single day.
Right. Yep.
It wasn't that Deion was just down there. He's showing y'all what's going on every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Cameras is rolling. They got something I said I was gonna start watching. They got a docu-series. They shooting season 2 of it now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's on Amazon Prime or something.
See,
where
I
they
ain't-
like followed everything.
I ain't even know it was out. I just know they were filming, but I ain't know that they
Yeah.
were actually releasing it. Like, yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah,
just
it's
gonna be
out. I
one
don't know
big
how
thing.
long I don't know how long it's been out, but it's out. You know, you open up the Fire Stick, you got like stuff to watch,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it was like right there. But they doing that. He got his oldest son recording
Oh,
everything
yeah.
on the cell phone every day for social media,
Mm-hmm.
social media and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's showing everything to whereas these recruits are seeing stuff, and he's using other people's audiences too.
Mm-hmm.
College Game Day came down last week. Got the Rocks down there,
Mm-hmm.
Offset's down there, Wayne's down there. Like these kids are see. Imagine if all of them came and nobody knew.
Right.
He's showing
Yeah,
everybody
Lil
that.
Wayne brought him out for the first home game.
But he was doing the same in Jackson State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they were pulling
Bring
up
these
there.
people down, bringing them down. They pulling up. They got Wallow and Gilly down there in Jackson, Mississippi. Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Dolph. Key Glock. Who else? Everybody was down there in Jackson, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I remember T.O. Terrell Owens was down there, and all kinds of people. They doing the same stuff. In Boulder, who you know for sure they ain't seen that many black people.
Yeah. That damn Prime.
Marketing, and then the same thing, taking advantage of trends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Colorado State coach, he talk about sunglasses. I won't wear my sunglasses, whatever. Deion go get a deal with sunglass company. They make like $4 million off of sunglasses.
Yeah, they did
Before that, the
almost
first
2 in 24 hours.
$2 million first day.
Mm-hmm.
They got The Rock wearing them. The Rock had on his own shades, bro. I'm watching College Game Day. The Rock got on his own shades. He turns, he says something to the crowd. He says, Rock, that sounds great, but it sounds better. You got to wear the Prime shades. Rock takes off his shades, puts on the gold ones that they were selling.
Mm-hmm.
Says the same thing to the crowd. The crowd goes crazy. That's a free promotion for the sunglasses right there.
Yep.
He goes on social media. The first thing they got it going, the sunglasses comment. He goes on social media. They show him. Giving the sunglasses to everybody on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And his mama in the locker room talking about, I raised them right, and I also raised them to whoop ass if they blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, that's marketing and promotion. Deion knows the money got to come in.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the things where everybody was so critical about him leaving Jackson. They don't even know the discrepancies that he had with the money.
Mm-hmm.
He was asking money questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, every single game been sold out since I've been here. This seats this many people, but we only got this much money. Where the money at?
Right.
Because he was like, because he understand the business aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason why he didn't do like them big guarantee games at Jackson State. Because, you know, like for those that don't know, beginning of the season, like in college athletics, the big larger schools, they'll pay a smaller school to come and play them. They call them guarantee games because most likely the bigger school's gonna win. They get to work on their stuff instead of starting their season off with a bad record. Once they get into conference play or to the other larger conference, non-conference opponents. In the little school, they'll do it because they struggling to get money, so they need the money for funding. So you'll see like Kentucky played this school that you've never heard of.
Yep.
Well, Kentucky's playing Southern again this year.
Oh, word.
Or you'll see, but in football, Prime was saying football's different because you putting the athletes' livelihoods and health at risk. Because basketball, yeah, dude can be way bigger than you, but he ain't gonna get hurt.
Right.
Football, it's different, because football, it's the line of scrimmage. That's really the difference. Like basketball, the difference between big and larger and smaller schools, for the most part, it'd be the big men.
Yep.
You can find a guard anywhere. That's why March Madness, it'd be so many upsets because the talent don't be that far off, especially for one game. I ain't saying if they played 7 times like the NBA, it would go like that. Right. But March Madness, one game, you got them hyped up. It's their one opportunity to be seen by the whole country. The talent shows. But you won't get that 7-footer to go to the little school. You won't get that 6'10", 250 to go to the little school.
Yeah.
It's the same in football. So that's why Deion's having the success he's having right now, because skill positions, he got that down. Quarterback, receivers, that little back in the back, they ain't been handing it off to him like that, but he's a threat. That little boy, that boy fast. Got Travis Hunter, skill position. His son Shiloh, safety, he's solid. But the offensive and defensive lines, that'd be the difference. Yeah. Like, that's why hopefully they do well against Oregon, but that up front, once Deion starts to get them big boys, how Alabama can get them big boys, or SEC can get them big boys and stuff, it'll be different. So he's like, I don't want to. At Jackson State, he didn't take them guarantee games because he's like, I ain't putting these kids in harm's way. Because that line like that, they getting straight to your quarterback. They getting straight to your running back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then it'll be a wrap. Just thinking, because Alabama, even though I know a lot of NFL players will find it disrespectful, but I, as a football fan, would say Alabama is would be like the last team in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they like an NFL team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then that's the thing. Like, I don't know if you watch the games or not, but like that offensive line, that's an issue, which he knows. It's his first year there. But that Shador be taking sacks. Like they be breaking through there. But the $4 million, which is probably more now with the sunglasses, I think they said the university made like 15 to 18 million.
18 the first game.
18 million off the first game. This is because of the marketing that Deion does. And I heard him say in an interview when he was taking interviews for universities. No, I didn't see him say this in an interview. I heard him say this in a session with the team. Because he was saying we live in a world of take. This is his message going to the team for this upcoming Saturday, or whenever this is released. They about to play Oregon. He's saying we live in a world of take, and we don't give. because we got so accustomed to the take. He's like, y'all just had 9 million people watching you this past week. He's like, y'all getting everything y'all want, but what are y'all giving in exchange for that? So he was like, when I was interviewing at universities for a job, I wasn't just telling them like what I wanted to do as a coach in my program and my 3-year strategy and my 5-year strategy and all that stuff. I was telling them the marketing that we're going to put in play to generate revenue for the university as well. He's like, I'm over prepared. They not thinking a football coach coming in there going to be talking about marketing to not generate for the football program,
for the school.
For the school. He's like, they not expecting that. He's like, I'm over prepared. He's like, y'all ain't been over prepared for the games, like, because as they've been winning, that you can clearly see the flaws, and a lot of the flaws that a lot of the mistakes that they've been making. It's like it ain't the whole unit doing stuff, but football is really like everybody got to be on the same page. So it'd be like one person. Everybody's doing their job, but this one person's not.
One chink,
for that
chink
play
in the armor, yeah.
Or everybody's doing their job, but now it's this one guy that didn't do something that time. So it's like he's even talking about the marketing, and that's like, and he's doing all of this, all the marketing that he's doing for the university. The university ain't spending $1 on it. That's just all money coming into them. And it's just all him just
being him.
Not being him, creating the content.
Yeah. But I'm when I was saying being him, I'm saying like that's part of it. Like he's always been the person to have himself out there. And now the age we live in, you can do it at a higher level because you're able to record and release.
But I'll just be wondering why y'all don't be putting yourself out there at all. And then be wondering like why just expecting stuff gonna take off for your business. And don't nobody know. Well, I ain't got no followers. How do you think you gonna get the followers?
Right. Man.
Ain't nobody know who Deion was.
Yeah.
He let people know who he was. If he didn't let people know who he was, everybody would just know him as being a great football player. Greatest receiver of all time, Jerry Rice. Or what most would say, right? I'm gonna just say the consensus, Jerry Rice. Don't nobody give a fuck about Jerry Rice outside of diehard football fans.
Yeah, very true.
Jerry Rice couldn't get that job and do what he's doing, even if he's a great coach. Not saying that he even wants to be a coach, but I'm just saying. Jerry Rice can't go and get brand partnership deals or sell anything of his own product. Who wants to buy it?
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but you can just be known. I'm the great. Don't nobody even know that you the greatest. Because once you done with it, don't nobody talk about you no more.
Right.
Basketball, you a big basketball fan. Everybody talks about all this legacy. Right? That's what every debate show, talk show talks about now. Podcast, sports podcasts. Legacy. Oh, they need to be worried about their legacy. Is Dame gone? Dame's legacy, he needs to get out important. Legacy. Bro, they only gonna talk about 2 to 3 players from this era, period. So why everybody so focused on their legacy?
Yep. They only gonna talk about who dominated, quote unquote, the era or this best person of the generation.
They're not even gonna talk about all who outside of current, who do they talk about still to this day? They gonna talk about the same 2 to 3 people, maybe 5 max. They gonna talk about Bird, Magic, Jordan.
Yeah. And now Bron.
Football to this day. They gonna talk about Joe Montana.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. What's all this like?
Right.
What's the legacy gonna be? The legacy. They don't talk about no running backs. If they do, they gonna talk about 3.
Walter Payton. B. Sanders.
and Emmett.
Yeah. And they only gonna throw Emmett in there because he got all of y'all.
Because he got the records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Receivers, they only gonna talk about the same people. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, and T.O. because they can't ignore the numbers. They don't want to talk about T.O., but they got to. Baseball, they gonna talk about they still talking about the same people, bro. They still talking about, they gonna talk about Babe Ruth. Motherfucker, it's gonna be the same. So it's like, unless you're that good, ain't nobody gonna be talking about you unless you give them, let them know that you still here.
Right.
And you doing stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I like the ball players that be talking.
Yeah. This goes back. I just thought about what you remember we was talking about. We had our conversation the other day, and I was talking about like people's interests, and then you were saying, nah, bro, it's in the emotion. So now I just thought about giving people, like making people feel something. That's why they talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's the love or the hate, but you making them feel something. So they look forward to feeling the something versus just enjoying your talent. Like Floyd.
Yeah.
He's a prime example.
Floyd's whole career changed when he chose to go from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather. Nobody cared about Pretty Boy Floyd except for boxing enthusiasts, and they loved him. Success alert, success alert. Look, they were able to hit this in their business in just a couple months' time. What are you waiting on? Get in the room. Exposure equals expansion. It's crowded at the top. Click the link in the description right now. Get access to the training, resources, and environment that you need to grow your business as an entrepreneur, all right? So click the link and I'll see you on our mastermind call this Wednesday. And also, are you getting value from this video so far? If so, let me know in the comments, all right? Now let's get back to it. Yo, Jarvis, close the mask. Money Mayweather showing you the cash, showing the promotion, and he turned into Money Mayweather when he started to own his career. He bought himself out of his contract. That instant switch, that hate, money went through the roof. Hate is just confused admiration. Like they love to hate you. They love to hate Deion. They love to hate Floyd. They love to hate LeBron. Tom Brady, choir boy. Majority of people love to hate Tom Brady. You tune in to see if they're going to lose. It ain't everybody watching. Floyd ain't getting all them, didn't get all them pay-per-view records for everybody cheering for him.
Right.
They tune in to see if this is the time that he's gonna lose.
Yep.
And most of y'all entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, y'all won't put nothing out because y'all scared that somebody gonna talk about you. That's what you want. And Prime's a key example of it. Like,
oh, I thought you was gonna say a prime example, but it's okay. I've been writing.
So y'all put yourself out there and brand yourself through content. Like you can choose to be whatever you want to be. It'll just be a lot easier if you just being yourself. Because it ain't everybody that I use for the most part as an example, they're themselves. I think Floyd put a little bit on it, but I still think that's him.
Yeah, but he just, made it bigger. Like, I don't remember what law it is, but it's basically just saying like you gotta be big, like you gotta be larger than life.
But Floyd just knows what I say when I say I feel that's Floyd. He just knows when to put it on. And then people get that, like other athletes and even some boxers, I've seen them look at what they perceive Floyd to be and go try to emulate that. and their career get wrecked because they don't realize Floyd, Money Mayweather, party, girls, nightlife, jets, clubs, strip clubs, all that. He does it, but he don't do none
Yeah,
of that.
it's calculated.
Floyd don't drink. Floyd don't smoke. Floyd train every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's at the party, but he don't party. And one of the reasons why Floyd can do that is because he changed his whole training regimen to fit a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, his fight says it starts at 8. The main event don't get on till 11:30, damn near midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else training during the day and in the morning and stuff. Your body is set to go sleep mode when it's fight time.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd just created, Money Mayweather just created his whole life around night
Mm-hmm.
because that's when the lights is on. So people don't know that Floyd might have just got done training when he go to the club, and then people don't see when he running miles home from the club.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, he's fighting hours, bro.
Right.
But even still with Floyd, how did the Money Mayweather get out there? Floyd put himself out there through content.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't remember the 24/7 joints before Floyd.
No, he was the first. He was the first.
Content.
And it might have even been
Like
his idea.
if you're an entrepreneur, there's no way to there's literally no, just stop fighting it, y'all. There's no other way.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no other way but creating content. Uh, Business cards, I'm sorry, they ain't doing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your content's your business card. And everybody, and even if you're not an entrepreneur, you want a better job, make some content of how good you are at your fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like there's this girl I know of, she helps people get into tech, and I think she gets all kind. I just saw an ad of her today, and I was like, why does her ad have ad on it? You know, like if you're paying for a shout out page or something, or like if I was paying the Shade Room or something, for example, I may have to put ad on there
Mm-hmm.
for their legal protection to be like, yo, this is paid sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Diddy, he'll do a Ciroc thing and he'll put like ad on there or something, right? I saw a Facebook ad running from this girl's page and it said ad. I'm like, why is she putting ad in front of her own ad? And I was like, I clicked it and the link wasn't to nothing that she had. I was like, oh, somebody's paying her to run ads on her page for
Their thing. Mm-hmm.
And it's a job opportunity. She teaches people how to get jobs in tech.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody else is paying her, since they know she has a whole audience of people
Right.
looking to get jobs in tech. They like, hey, can we pay you
Right.
for you to run ads to tell people that this tech job is available?
Mm-hmm.
She got that through letting people know that she has a multiple six-figure job in tech. And this is how y'all can go get these multiple six-figure jobs in tech.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tech company says, hey, like that's through content.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, man, I just been so Colorado'd in, and I've been watching, like I said, from kickoff to 0 seconds, all 3 games so far. Most college football I've watched all, like I be flipping through the games and stuff. I ain't been NFL, I watch a game. College, I ain't really just sat and watched the whole entire game outside of like when it's bowl season and the playoffs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've been on the Deion Sanders Jr.'s YouTube channel. I'm looking at all this stuff. Then I'm on the Instagrams. I'm looking at that. Then I'm looking at every interview.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm about to watch the documentary starting tonight, and I'm like, Deion did all of this off of just creating content.
Mm-hmm.
and show him what we got to where he's gonna have these kids begging to come to cold ass Boulder, Colorado. Cause I want to see how they do when it get cold.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah,
it's still decent down there.
yeah, when that snow start hitting.
And I'm like, this it's content. So y'all make your content, y'all. And if y'all want to learn how y'all can take that content, turn it to cash, join this crowd at the top community. Get weekly coaching calls with me, all of my trainings, resources, and systems, and a private community of entrepreneurs all designed to help you grow and scale your business online. So y'all can click the link somewhere in the description and tap in. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday if you choose to do so.